Slime, I know you've been in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need you to do your best Irish accent from what you've
Were
heard
you
so
not?
far.
Were you not?
He's
here
already
when I was-
tried.
When I was
He's already
literally
tried.
doing the fucking worst Irish accent you've ever fucking heard. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me practice.
All right, yeah.
This is really bad. You're gonna hear some awful stuff.
Dude,
here
I
easily.
believe in him, dude.
I don't know what to
You
tell
should not
Bizzle.
believe in me.
I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Everybody clap really fucking hard, first of all. Everybody clap.
Thank you all. I know my accent is so good. Thank you all.
Now
for
we
the
can see
applause.
in the waveform where you need to cut back in.
I'm keeping in my Irish, and then I'm gonna make it look like you were all clapping for it.
On the last episode, during the chaotic conflict, I somehow managed to bring Silnan back, but at the expense of a brave and unforgettable friend. We finally caught a chance to breathe, but it's time to set out again. And although we no longer have direction, we're just gonna have to roll with it.
Picking right back up where you guys left off, you guys begin traveling through the cavern, out of the way. Some of you still pretty injured, I'd say. Still not feeling the best.
Man, can we take a long rest?
I don't choose when you long rest.
Was that in
Yeah.
character?
Oh, no, now I'm in character. Should we take a long rest?
Stop!
Everyone here looks pretty beat up. We might.
Guys, my HP's low. Like, shut the fuck up and roleplay. I hate you.
What? I was, and you fucking interrupt me, you fucking dick.
I'm kidding,
about
dude,
to
it's a
level
joke.
up,
Fuck
and
off.
Taxi, you look like just
enough,
about
enough
XP.
sleep, enough sleep. All right, we should sleep right now.
Can I survey the party and see how everyone's looking?
Yes, everyone,
feel great,
including
dude.
you,
I'm alive.
looks fucked up.
I want to hear it from the DM.
Mountain's pretty fucked.
I think.
I'm good.
I think.
I'm pretty fucked.
If we find a safe place or a place that feels safe. Hey, that rhymed. Wait, no. Anyways, if we find a good place to stop, we might rest for the night. You know.
I think we could all use that.
I really think after all that, it might do us good to sleep. Before we head out and start.
Here looks as safe as anywhere, Taxi.
I'm just pulling out my bedroll at this point, dude.
It's fine, everyone just ignore me.
Also, just so you guys know, just as a good fresher here for the party, your guide's dead.
Right. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's true.
Taxi
Yeah.
will guide. He remembers. He
That's
remembers
true. You remember-
everywhere
Sure
that
he
he goes.
does.
No, actually,
We will find out
hold
when
on.
you start guiding whether or not you actually remember.
Hold on, wait. Mountain has he has a something. He has a something that would help with this. Hold on.
I don't want to see your fucking dwarf.
We
dick,
are
please.
both
That's not-
wanderers. We
Bro,
have an
this'll
excellent
help.
memory
He
for
just whips it
geography.
out.
You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. If Mountain would like to help, because we both are the same background, I'm totally okay with that.
Mountain will navigate and not help Taxi, but
Okay.
Taxi will help him.
No, okay, we'll just roll separately then, you fucking dick.
What a fucking alpha.
What an alpha. What a guy.
Anyways, yeah, Taxi's gonna set up a little campfire if that's possible. I don't know if there's any wood around. Probably not.
Can we just say we take a long rest? Can we not do this?
Yeah, can we just...
Yeah, okay, you guys, okay, fuck off, you long rest.
Perfect. Oh, I feel so
Okay.
refreshed. It's like I have...
No,
Plus
you
one
guys,
to
you
all
guys,
my
aren't, you guys
rolls.
aren't out of the woods yet. Calm down.
We're in a cave, you fucking idiot, not the woods.
So we'll start with Sonnen as first watch.
Wait, was
First
Madison
2
staying awake
hours.
with me or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mountain as well.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys are sitting there, taking watch, you begin to hear the sound of something coming from around near the center of the cavern. You hear the sound of very wet footsteps.
Fuck.
As you glance over, you see the robes of one of the cultists. You see the body. He's absolutely drenched in water. He's walking forward, the water just dripping off of the fabric. He seems to be almost limping as well. He seems injured in some way. As the figure approaches, you notice it is a humanoid. Gray beard with darker gray streaks going through it a few places here and there. Kind of very messy, not well kept. Old man. The nose a bit crooked at the bridge. Seems like it's been broken at some point. And his eyes seem to be going all sorts of directions. One of them lazy.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and point it at his face.
As you pull it out, he immediately puts his hand up. He goes, "Oh, no. I don't want trouble."
Choose your next move very carefully.
Listen, if you don't want trouble, just move on, okay? We've had enough of your shit, frankly.
They say quietly.
Yeah, very quietly.
I say loudly, I don't give a fuck.
I was coming to thank you.
Oh, I mean, that's cool. Okay.
For what?
Yeah, what do we do?
Well, never mind now.
No, wait, no.
No, hold on.
Hold on.
For what?
Listen. Wait. Yeah, what was going on down there? This is important, actually. I'm sorry for my friend here and his rude behavior. But
Shut the fuck
As
up,
you
Silman.
should.
I pat him on the back.
Fucking 15 minutes, you're already annoying.
Me and a lot of the others, we weren't necessarily there on our own accord.
Then why the hell were
see-
you there?
Well, we had no choice.
Yeah, you did. You could have
That
just walked
being-
away.
That being, he's powerful.
You telling me he made you go there? Like, what did he do? Did he, like, poke you with a stick or something?
Well, if you must know, first he killed my daughter.
Oh, jeez.
He threatened the rest of my family. He said if I don't leave the village and I come to help, I'd never see any of them again.
So, it wasn't mind control necessarily. It was more like blackmail, I guess.
Coercion.
Courage, yes. Good. Wow, you know a lot of words, Martin.
I don't think so, man.
The point is, I just wanted to thank you.
I know things.
Well,
I don't know what's going to happen next, or if he's going to continue to be a problem with me and my family, but at least somebody is trying to stop them.
We're doing what we can.
I lower my weapon and walk towards him a little more. What did you learn down there?
I don't remember much. I wasn't told much. Simply that our bodies were vessels of some sort. They were going to use all of our energy.
That's kind of gross.
I don't know what it means. I'm not very adept in these magical dabbles. I'm just a simple farmhand.
And you had no idea what it was for.
Well, I knew it was for something not good.
Well, no shit, but like...
You
okay.
need to watch your tone.
Listen, Mount, I really don't think he knows what was happening down there.
I'm just trying to be helpful, okay? I don't want you being angry or hostile towards me.
Look, don't take offense to it. That's kind of just how I am. Selling, do we know anybody who could decipher what the fuck this guy's saying?
No.
Okay, then what is he still doing here?
I think he's good to just go. I mean, does he look injured?
He seems to still have a bit. Oh, well, he's absolutely soaked in water, so you safely assume he swam his way back out.
Okay, so
After
he's
you
probably
guys?
exhausted, yeah.
Do we
Yeah,
have
he's
a
exhausted,
fire?
probably a bit waterlunged.
Is
You
that
guys
a
do not
thing?
have a fire,
Okay.
do you?
Okay.
I don't know if you guys made a fire. or
Well,
not.
I think Taxi said something about putting
Yeah.
down a
If,
fire.
if so, then yeah, then Taxi made a
Okay.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, well, look. You look wet. It's cold. How about you just sit by the fire? I'll give you some rations, and then you can be on your way.
Thank you, sir. That would be nice.
He sits down next to the fire, starts rubbing his hands together and hovering them over it.
That felt weird. I did a nice thing.
That felt good.
Something else I learned. There's something about those fish creatures. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know if you know much about them, but they
Yeah, I
they
punched
seem to
a
be
few.
the one.
We
mean,
we
I
see
bet
them
if you-
around.
They seem to be the ones in charge. At least around there they were. They were the ones forcing us around.
Do you know where they based, like where their central kind of meeting point for all their fishy shit was going down?
I don't speak their language. They didn't talk to me in common tongue.
Yes, but I mean, was there a central location that they brought you to that wasn't down there?
I was brought here. This is where I've been. They forced us to sleep in those small huts. They barely fed us some stuff.
And where are the rest? The rest of...
I don't know if anybody else made it out. There aren't many exits from that cavern.
And I mean, there were tentacles kind of slamming into the buildings and everything, you know. Didn't look good down there, that's for sure.
So, how did you make it out?
I swam. I saw the water coming. I couldn't outrun it, but at least I could hold my breath long enough.
Sounds a little fishy to me.
I'd like to insight check this man before we go back to the
Go
rest
for
of
it.
our watch. That is a spicy 12 plus, what's my insight? 4, 16.
He seems genuine. You can even tell by looking. It's hard to see his exact physique over the baggy robing, but you can tell the man has a lot of upper body strength. He seems bent, slightly hunched over. You're guessing he is a farmhand. He has that sort of, he's the physique. He has the upper body strength. He has the physical damage you can tell from an old man who's probably spent years working on a farm. His back's bent. He seems to have slight arthritis. His hands shake. He seems genuine. He seems scared, frantic, and more than anything else, happy to be relieved. He stays for a little bit, warms up. He kind of, he actually takes off at one point the robe, and he just has simple, just bag cloth sort of pant leggings that are tied by a single rope, and that's all he has on underneath of it. But he takes off the robe as it's soaking wet, and he just continues on his way. He bids you farewell and tries to find a way out of the cavern.
I bet him safe travels and all that, yeah.
For the rest of your guys' watch, nothing else happens. You go back to sleep, you wake up Velrissa. Velrissa, you sit there for the 2 hours. Mostly you just calm, you try to stay calm, you pray to Ouijas, and you just are grateful that this monstrosity of a sanctuary, this den of evil that very heavily went against what you believe in is gone, destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there and keep your eye out as much as you can, but nothing seems to happen. So you wake up Br'aad, and you continue your slumber. Br'aad, for your watch, staying ever vigilant with your 7 passive perception. You sit there, you kick your feet back and forth off the rock you're sitting on, very happy that your brother's back, kind of lost in your own thoughts, and the 2 hours pass and nothing seems to happen. So you go back to sleep, and you go to wake up Taxi.
Yep.
Taxi, you arise, you sit down for your 2 hours.
My god. What a fucking rush.
You begin to hear a very faint noise. You listen closely. You try to listen to it as strongly as you can. And you hear off in the distance a very faint... Not the dog barking, not that part. Not the dog barking, not Baz.
Oh, Jesus, a dog!
Bazzy.
Oh my god!
It's a dog! Oh god!
What's a dog doing here?
It's a werewolf!
Oh god!
I always wanted a dog.
Everybody wake up! There's a dog!
Guys, it's a dog attacking.
Yeah, it was just single 3 knocks, and that's it.
Oh no. Taxi casts fairy fire.
Guys, there's a train going by.
Oh, we can't hear it, so you're probably okay?
Yeah, I don't hear the train, so you're good.
Oh god, it's a train!
Oh god, it's a train!
Oh god, oh fuck!
The next encounter is just a
And
fucking locomotive.
There's cop sirens outside my house too, so
Just like...
it's the fucking it's the feds and a train.
Taxi, hide the weed!
You use fairy fire, and you do see the figures of the creatures you saw very early on. In your travels, well, in the old cavern, you see those small, same little humanoid figures all standing there staring at you. You count about 17 of them. Just standing absolutely still, staring right at you, Taxi. Then all of their right hands raise simultaneously, and they give you a small wave, and then they dissipate off the fairy fire.
Taxi waves back and just kind of goes back looking at the fire.
Someone's awake, but he kind of seems a little zoned out. After some,
As you would.
yeah.
I go over to him, and just sort of, sit down next to him, put my hand around him. So how have you been?
I mean...
Don't say dead.
well, I mean, yeah, I was dead. I don't know, I've just been I had some time to think, I guess, since I've come back, and it kind of just hit me that Ugarth is dead, I guess.
He is probably one of the only reasons that we made it here.
Yeah. I just wish we could have at least recovered his body and given him a proper burial, I guess.
Me too. He was
He's a good man.
He was one of a kind.
Yep.
We didn't click on everything, but
Oh no, yeah, I saw. Anyway,
yeah,
he
friends,
kind of.
friends like that are rare.
Anyway, someone's gonna like slap his knees and kind of stand up and get ready.
Oh my god, the dad get up.
The dad get up.
Does the dad
The
get up?
dad
He does a
get
little
up.
groan too.
Slap your knees and stand up.
Well,
Well.
Tex is gonna walk up to Silnan. He's gonna hold out his hand, closed fist, and when he opens it up, there's some great grapes. And he's like,
I've heard a lot about these.
no,
At least-
don't give him that. Don't give him the satisfaction.
Don't
No.
give him the satisfaction. Don't consume his fucking great grapes.
I assume you haven't eaten.
Silden
I mean-
might not have stayed dead, but these things should. Put them away.
Put good berries back in fucking 2018. No more great grapes.
Hey, Silnan, I assume you didn't eat up there in heaven. So if you would like some.
Now that you mention it, I am.
That'd be a good pickup line.
Br'aad is
I am.
Br'aad is screaming into his pillow.
His pillow.
Go on, I made these
Someone
myself.
does grab one of them and eat one.
Hey,
I'd like to roll deception. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I get mixed reviews.
Does everybody? I assume everybody just eats the good berries.
I
Yeah,
take
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody takes one. Okay, consumes it, and you guys are going to then continue the travel. After your long rest, you get up after some contemplation, some consumption of great grapes.
I wanna fucking look at the briefcase I took.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, that means it's got a little bit of magic. Good thing I got a 13.
It is entirely mundane at this point. Whatever magic was residing inside of it or channeling through it is no longer there. It is just a basic brown leather briefcase.
Nice.
Killed fucking Brendan, and all I got was this briefcase.
As you guys begin heading down the path of which you came, who is leading?
Me.
Taxi.
I believe it's taxi.
Taxi.
Wait, yeah, Taxi would know his way back, yeah.
No,
I don't know where the
but
fuck we are.
I'm leading the way back.
Since Taxi only led for the beginning, the ending of it, Taxi wouldn't know his way fully back.
I can get us out of here. And then whoever wants to lead after that.
I'm just saying Mountain feels like he needs to do something, so he's gonna try and lead.
You're
no matter
welcome to
what.
help me. Like, we can
No,
lead
not
together.
help.
All right, Br'aad takes you up on that
means
offer.
You were gonna help me.
Br'aad comes in to help
Br'aad's
with
right
his
next to Taxi,
minus
fucking scouting
fucking...
out ahead, dude. I got this. Easy.
Okay, well then in that case, Taxi roll survival without advantage. Because it's broad.
Br'aad.
What happened to Mountain?
Yeah.
Only
Br'aad stole his
you
spot.
can't have both people help you. You can't have more
Didn't
than one
ask
person
for
help you
Broad's
with
help.
that.
But I'm leading.
Broad butted in anyway.
Why does Taxi get to lead? Why does this happen to me?
Br'aad stole it from you.
What do you mean
Br'aad
he stole
and
it from me?
Taxi.
Taxi stole it from me.
Okay, cool. How about this? Okay, so go ahead, Taxi roll survival. Mountain roll survival as well.
So confused. How did I steal this from you?
Because I said I was gonna do it anyway and steal it from you.
So I decided to steal it from everyone that could have done it better than I could have.
25.
Yeah, I got a 12.
All right, cool. So Mountain trots on his own, and the rest of you follow behind Taxi.
Oh jeez.
Wait, did we just leave Mountain?
No, he trots on ahead because he's a fucking
Okay.
not smart boy.
Just follow me.
Insight check, Mountain.
Vel, you don't have to insight check.
How do you know?
Mountain.
How do you know I'm insight
It's
checking?
it's very obvious that
It's a
he's
mental
not.
thing.
Vel, no, you're glaring too hard. When you
Oh.
insight check, I picked
You're
up
like-
on the cues.
You're like, Vel, are you
With my
insight
new
checking?
observant feet. With my observant feet, I just know.
I got a 2.
Mountain's still
Mountain's fucking yeeting it. Mountain's owning.
No, I promise this way's the right way, and he's going that way. I'm not.
I don't know. It looks pretty. Hang on. Let me insight check him too. All right, I got a 4. I'm going with Mountain also.
Yes. The party dies.
All right, so as you guys,
I got a natural 20, so I realized Mountain's full of shit.
We're just DMing ourselves in a
You
corner.
didn't see me punch a fucking mecha robot, so like you don't know shit.
all right, so Mountain.
Yes.
See,
Oh God.
what is your passive perception?
11. Yes, 11.
All right, so Mountain, do me a very nice favor, and I want you to
Perish.
make an athletics or acrobatics check.
17.
As you are treading forward, wanting to lead the way, you walk right into a bizarre string of white liquid falling from the ceiling.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Ooh.
As
No, don't say it.
as it sticks to you from your forehead down to your chest, it immediately grapples onto you, and you feel something from the ceiling start to tug on you. You used your strength to hold back, and you are not lifted up off the ground, but you are currently held in place by this strange sort of adhesive.
I want to karate. Wait, no, I don't want to karate chop it. I want to I want to throw a dagger at it because I saw Ugarth do that earlier and it worked.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
16.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
What the fuck does a? What do weapons do? I don't know.
1d4 plus dex.
Just 4 damage.
4 damage. So the dagger, you throw it, it embeds itself. It cuts a part of the strand, but then it gets stuck inside and just kind of starts slowly being sucked up as well by this sort of adhesive.
Yuck.
That's pretty gross.
Hold on.
No, at this point, everybody roll initiative. Okay, so up first would be Sonnen.
Hell yeah, someone's gonna throw a big ol' returning dagger at that thing. I'm assuming that it's magical, so it can't get stuck, so hell yeah. That is an 18 plus 7, 25.
It's a fat hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's a big ol' hit, and it's technically grappling Mountain.
Mountain is not
Sneak
grappled.
attack?
Mountain is not grappled. It's stuck to him
Sneak
right now, but he's not
attack?
grappled. There is
So sneak attack, yes.
no sneak attack.
What? Okay. Let's see here. Then that's fucking like 6 damage.
6 damage? Okay, as you throw the dagger, it completely severs this strange filament and it falls to the ground. And Mountain kind of just pulls it off of himself and it just kind of flops on the ground.
Oh, that was easy.
Alright, this
That's the
shit's
end of
nasty.
combat.
All right, let's not. Yeah, let's go this way, Mountain. How about that?
Up next is Hilltree. Combat is not over. Up next is Hilltree.
Oh shit. Oh wait a minute. I feel like we're still in combat for some reason. Fuck, Hilltree's. What does Hilltree have? Did he recover his daggers, or did they have to leave too fast?
I would assume he didn't because you guys rushed out.
Okay, so no.
Because of the
then,
flooding, you guys would have been rushing out, so he would not have had time to grab his daggers.
Fuck, why do I always end up in these situations where I have literally nothing to do? I don't fucking know. He's gonna, I guess he'll just pass his turn.
Up next is Taxi.
Perception check, I guess. What the fuck is going on? It's 12.
You begin glancing around. You don't see anything, but you can lightly hear the sound of what sounds like scuttling, like many tiny legs scuttling around somewhere in the darkness. But you're looking around, peering around the corners into the alcoves, but from your current position, you don't actually see anything.
Yeah, I'll just stay there then.
Okay, it was full position.
Oh, I guess I'll tell everyone that I hear scurrying of tiny little feet somewhere in the darkness.
Alright, yep, that'll be a free action. And then up next would be Mountain after that.
I'm gonna try and pull out my torch and light it and hold it up against this goo, see what happens.
The goo on the ground?
Yeah, just whatever was dripping and touching me and pulling on me and tugging me.
Yeah, sure. So you light the torch and as you're holding it down, you get a bit of a better view. It's just this it's almost like the material of like a very thick mucus. It's pure white. It's thick and it just, at this point, it kind of almost looks like a rope. It's kind of like flopped against the ground. As you hold the torch closer to it, it very easily catches fire and begins to burn up the strand that's on the ground.
Okay, so can I just try and catch as much of it on fire around me as I can?
There's a single strand on the ground.
Oh, that's it? That's all we got? Okay. All right, so let me use my bonus action to switch from my torch to my pike. You know,
Okay.
put out the torch real quick and then grab my pike out and get
So
ready.
you snuff the torch, drop it, and pull out your pike.
Yeah.
Up next will be Br'aad and Velrissa. So just remember that whatever you guys do right now is going to be technically happening at the same exact time.
All right, let's tag team it.
On your turn.
Throw me.
I bet.
Throw me the
Throw me.
Absolutely not.
Throw me straight up. I'll see if I can see it.
That
Yes.
is an awful idea.
That is such a good idea.
I'll
throw you.
I ignore Br'aad and I cast Sacred Flame on the string.
Which one? This one that's laying on the ground?
The one that's hanging.
There is none hanging.
Oh, okay, it's just on the ground? Okay. yeah, yeah.
Velrissa, the only
Yeah,
option is to
what
throw
you could
me.
see, it was severed by the dagger, and then the rest of it went straight back up. It got sucked back up towards the ceiling, and it's no longer in view.
And then yeah, on the ground. I use Sacred Flame. It's a 14 dex save.
It's just a piece of mucus on the ground, so it automatically fails because it's not living. So you cast Sacred Flame on a piece of mucus. on the
This is the
ground.
most enticing combat ever.
Why are we fighting the mucus? I feel
Why
like
is
there's
everyone
something-
fighting the? I look at the mucus like, what did it do? I don't.
I told everybody about the
I
scurry.
don't mean it grabbed
Yeah,
Mountain.
I don't understand what we're
I mean,
fighting.
Should I fuck
honestly.
this? Should I fuck this?
No, I
mucus?
mean we can just keep
Should I fuck
moving.
this
Honestly,
mucus up too?
we don't need to sit around here and wait.
I want to cast Eldritch Blast. I'll shoot one straight up at where it came from, and I'll shoot one at the mucus because everyone else is trying to fuck it up.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the one for the ceiling with disadvantage. Just roll d20 twice. Pick lowest number.
Well, I got 2 6s, so it's a 12 all in all.
It fires up into the cave, and you hear it ricochet off one of the cavern walls up top, but you don't really feel like you impacted anything.
All right.
Then go ahead and roll for the one that hits the mucus
Yo,
on the
fuck this
ground.
mucus. That's an 18 plus 8, dude. 26 to hit the fucking mucus. Do I get it?
Yeah, you hit the mucus, and I mean, you don't need to roll damage. The Eldritch Blast just hits it, and it splits into 2 pieces of mucus.
Yo,
I mean,
fuck this fucking mucus. I'm gonna roll damage. Hang on.
Wow, you fucked that mucus right
Yeah,
up.
I did. It's not very high damage, dude. I'll get him next
and
time.
I assume that ends both of your turns.
Yeah.
Yes.
The sound of scuttling begins to move throughout the cavern. You can hear what sounds like several pairs of legs kind of moving around the walls. They're not on the floor, they're around the walls and ceiling, it sounds like. I'm going to need Taxi to make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Natural one.
Oh.
So as you guys are, for some interesting reason, just attacking a piece of mucus on the ground,
I wasn't doing that.
Taxi pipes up and says, I hear scuttling. And as everybody ignores this and continues to attack the mucus, another strand of this white filament shoots out from one of the nearby walls in the darkness and grapples onto Taxi's chest. Taxi, you are immediately pulled with this strength that feels very unnatural. It feels almost like just you've been yanked by some excessive force, and you slam against the cavern wall, and you're now face to face with this large white, almost lobster, just this crustacean-like creature. The 2 large claw-like mandibles on its front legs, and then behind that 8 more that just cling like spiked to the wall. You see the whipping body, almost like a large white scorpion, and these 2 small slit-like eyes just staring at you with this piece of white filament just extruding from the mouth.
Taxi
I'm
screams.
assuming we hear him slam into a fucking wall.
Taxi looks up very slowly and screams very loud.
I whip around only to see Taxi pulled into the darkness.
Both the claws come down towards your throat.
Oh fuck.
The first claw, as it comes down, you quickly dodge out of the way as fast as you can. Even grappled by this strange filament, you manage to wiggle your way out of the way of the first claw. The second one is going to hit.
It's great.
The claw slams into you, and you take 7 points of slashing damage as just the edges of the claw's mandible just rakes across your chest and cuts open a small wound.
Yeah, I just fall to the ground. I'm dead, dude.
He's dead.
What?
We just long rested.
What?
Just joking.
I was like, hello?
Taxi just dies. He selectively dies.
Scrapes across you. And then as this also happens, Velrissa, I need you to make an acrobatics or athletic check.
Ooh, 19 plus 1, so 20.
20 unnatural. As you're sitting there casting Sacred Flame on an unmoving piece of mucus, A second strand of mucus fires down from the ceiling directly above you and grapples against the back of your chest plate and attempts to pull you up. You manage to hold your position with your weight and keep yourself on the ground, but there is now a piece of this filament stuck to the back of your armor. Up next is now Silnan.
Can I see where Taxi is?
You saw him get pulled into the darkness and you heard him screaming, so you get a very good idea of where he is.
Okay, but like I can't see him with my dark vision even, like.
So I'm going to say no.
Damn, he went fucking far.
Even with dark vision doesn't mean you can see. Dark vision means you can see black and white in darkness. You can see very vivid shapes and stuff in a black and white color. So no, you do not notice Taxi anywhere. But you saw which direction he pulled.
Someone's gonna turn and be like, Taxi! And kind of like run after him.
Taxi!
The move is Taxi? Taxi?
So as you run forward.
Have no fear.
Taxi is here.
Yo, one of these days we're gonna shout taxi and a fucking cab's gonna pull up.
Taxi!
Taxi! Taxi! Car just drives through somebody's house.
You call.
Just fucking burst through the fucking cave wall. It's like crazy Taxi style. As you quickly run forward and you look over towards, it's about only 20 feet or so above, like up on the left side wall, about 20 feet off the ground. You see this large crustacean. It's very lobster-like in looking. As I said, it has these claw-like mandibles with a long body, a long crustacean body. About 7 feet in length. It's just clinging into the side of the wall, and it has this white sticky substance that you've been seeing firing out of its mouth, and it's clinged on to Taxi and has him pulled about 5 feet in front of it, and its claws are just going left and right, snapping at Taxi while he's screaming bloody murder.
I've stopped screaming at this point. Come on.
He's still screaming bloody murder.
That wouldn't make any sense.
No, that's my headcanon. This is happening. I'm gonna throw my other dagger at this one. My other returning dagger. See how that goes.
You haven't returned your other dagger yet, have you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Question about these. Since I have two, can they both have the same return word? And I can like do them both at the same time?
Yes, it's a bonus action, correct?
Okay. Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna throw this one and then return them.
Okay.
It's my plan.
Okay, so go ahead and throw it.
That is a 15 plus 7 minus 3, so 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And this would be sneak attack.
Okay, neat. So that's a 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2, so that's 8 plus 5, that's 13.
So you quickly throw it. It breaks the exoskeleton, the chitin on the back, the chitin. I don't know what the fucking word. I don't know how to say that word. I think it's chitin. It breaks into it, snaps, so you can hear it cracking. You see some of its gooey ooze like organs start to slowly peel out of that wound. It doesn't let out any noise, but you can tell you definitely damaged it.
Okay, so it's definitely hurt. Then I yell return or something.
Recall!
I don't know what recall, and just
Yeah, they
fucking
snap back.
daggers appear in my hands.
They actually snap back to your sheaths.
Interesting. I kind of want to do something with that later. Anyway, yeah, that's my turn then.
Up next will be Hiltree.
Hiltree's gonna try to cut the one that's attached to Velrissa.
With what?
Scimitar.
He can't reach it.
He can't? Can he climb up and reach it?
I would say have him make an athletics check as a bonus action.
That is a 2. So
he does not make it up Velrissa. He starts basically Velrissa. You can just feel what feels like Hiltree just humping the back of your leg as he's trying to scurry up your armor, and he keeps sliding right back down. He can't seem to find a grip
Hiltree,
on it.
now is not the time.
It's like,
He's gonna throw his short sword.
Okay, make a roll a d20.
That is an 18.
An 18. Yes. Go ahead and what's a short sword is a d6, right? Just roll a d6. Don't anything to it. Just roll a d6.
Nothing added to it. Okay, that's a 3.
It's a 3. He throws it, and the sharp blade of it actually makes contact and severs a little bit of the string, but doesn't go all the way through. And much like Br'aad's dagger, gets stuck about halfway into the strand, but it does rip a bit of it.
Ah, fuck. Okay, well, that's good enough for me.
Up next is Taxi. So Taxi, you are still caught by this strange filament across the chest. It's sort of like, it's almost like a spider's web where it's just stuck to you and it's like slowly spreading out a little bit, like getting a better grip on your abdomen and chest.
Stay back, Silnan. I can defend myself. And then I'll cast.
Are you sure? I mean.
And then I'll cast Flaming Sphere on top of me because he's within 5 feet of me, and it's a 5 feet big sphere.
Yep.
So we will both
be
be.
Dexterity save.
Yeah.
That is a 16.
Yep. He saves, so he'll take 3 points of fire damage right off the start.
The filament does burn away, but also don't you take damage since you're in it? It's any creature, right?
Yeah, I just barely passed my save.
Okay, so then you just take 3 points of fire damage.
The filament.
The filament does burn away, and you are no longer grappled. So you drop. You don't take damage from the drop, but you do drop back down to the ground.
Raise a thumbs up to Silnan. See?
Good job. Still need to kill that thing though.
I'll be alright.
You know?
Pass out. No, I'm just kidding.
just goes unconscious. Oh Jesus Christ!
I'll move away from the thing in my spear right next to Silnan.
You put your spear next to Silnan? Is that what you said?
No!
You
I said I'll
flaming
move away
spear at
from the
Sylvan.
thing and my spear right next to Silnan.
Okay, it's like I said, I'll move away from that thing and put my spear right next to Silnan.
No, I can't. I can't move it right now.
I didn't want you to come back, Sylvan.
I'll snuff out the little fire because I'm sure some stuff caught on fire, like my clothes.
You got a little singe like across like the fur of your chest, like a little like some like little like burned like brown singes, but you're okay. Wasn't anything too serious. Up next is Mountain.
Okay, let's fucking do this. Is that string still holding Velrissa?
Yes.
Okay. If I were to run towards where Taxi got, yanked, would I have to run past Velrissa?
No.
No? God damn.
You're well ahead of them since you were trying to lead the party in the first place.
Okay. Well, shit.
Yeah,
I guess I'm just gonna
Mountain.
run back towards. Shut the fuck up, Taxi.
Don't judge me.
No, that was neat.
Bro. You're the one. You're the one
That
who
was,
got.
you're hearing
yanked.
Nate's. You're hearing Nate's voice in your head. Mountain.
Nate, get out of.
Mountain
Get out of
feels
my head.
Judged from an otherworldly being.
I'm gonna just run towards where I heard Taxi screaming like a girl.
Okay. You run over. So you don't use your entire movement to get there, but you get close enough to see Taxi and Silnan both standing side by side, looking over at this large albino lobster-like creature that's hanging to the side of the cavern wall.
Okay. Can I tell like how it's looking? Like, is it damaged?
It has taken damage. There's some burn marks across the Is it chitin or chitin? I swear to God, I don't remember. Chitin. So it would be chitin. So like the chitin, the exoskeleton of it. There's singe marks across the face and upper area of it. There are punctures and wounds across the back of it. It has taken damage, but it doesn't seem too bad, like that bad in shape.
Okay. Can I see where these puncture wounds are, like through the exoskeleton, and see his little innards? At least in small areas.
One of them, there's a very small puncture from Silnan's dagger. So there's a small
All right.
crack in the chitin.
I'm gonna aim straight for the crack, and I'm gonna go for a lunging attack right at it.
It's 20 feet up on the wall.
God damn it! Stop doing this to me.
Do it. Jump first. dude.
Lunge 20
All right,
feet
you know
high.
what? Screw that. No. I am gonna do something that Mountain would not normally do.
shit, dude.
I am gonna ready in action.
Character growth.
Yeah, patience. Never seen that one before. To attack it when it attacks anybody within my range.
You hold your action
Mm-hmm.
where you are in the range to attack whenever it gets close enough and attempt an attack on somebody else.
Yeah.
So, and will that end Mountain's turn as well?
That will end Mountain's turn. Patience is a virtue, and I'm pissed.
Up next is Br'aad and Velrissa.
Throw me.
Velrissa, currently Hiltree just humped your leg and ran
Yeah.
away. And well, he humped your leg back up and threw a short sword up at the filament that's attached to the back of your chest plate. It's still stuck to you, but there is damage done to it.
Yeah. So is there enough damage for me to try to like break? Like if I push pull really hard away, will I like possibly break it? Can I try to make like a strength check or something?
Make a strength check.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
A nat.
Nice.
So you twist around, you put your arms over your head and grab a hold of it and try to twist it around as much as you can, pulling on this liquid. This strange, it's almost like a gel, the way it moves in your hands. It feels like you're gripping very thick
Pull it
water.
down,
It's a
dude.
very bizarre sort of substance or feeling. You grab a hold of it and you twist around. Your hands are now stuck to it as well, but you attempt to pull, and as you do, you feel a force. You feel yourself pull something off of the ceiling.
Ooh.
And this large white lobster-like creature falls and slams hard into the ground in front of you. You're now holding on to this strange ooze that's coming out of its mouth, its maw. It will take it cracks. You can actually see some of the chitin just break off of its back and fall across the ground in these small shards. It has taken quite a lot of damage from that fall, and it looks pretty rough, but it's squirming around. Its legs are like jittering up in the air, and it's looking for a way to put itself back on its correct orientation.
Can you imagine Velrissa just fucking grabbing this filament?
Like fully
from
monotone
Velrissa.
stoic as well. Like no emotion, just turns around, grabs, and just fucking slams it down. What? Its legs are squirming and it's freaking out trying to get itself
She
properly
doesn't even
orientated.
scream. She just does it silently, like it's fucking nothing.
You also as it hits the ground, the filament lets go of you and pulls off of you and goes and retreats back into its mouth. So you are now ungrappled as well.
And then bonus action will pull out my warhammer and then
All right, so it fell down and cracked
Yes.
its shell, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna stick my hand into its cracked shell and cast Shocking Grasp.
You're going to reach underneath of it, which is kind of gross, but go for it.
Yuck! I'm gonna do it.
It's kind of
Like
gross, but
milking
you know,
a
whatever.
cow. Ah, cows! I forgot it. 18 to hit. All right, 6 damage, 6 lightning damage.
You're shocked. You basically grab and it just feels like it's like crab meat, just like that strange, like it's like very like squishy, but still has a very solid like inner to it. So you kind of just grab a hold and just start shocking, and it writhes a bit more, but once again, no noises come out of it. It doesn't make noise, but you can tell you're dealing damage to it.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move 30 feet towards where Silnan went.
I'm gonna say you just get close enough to like you can see them. They're probably Silnan and Taxi and Mountain are about 15 feet in front of you.
Okay. Towards the one on the. I think there's still one on the wall, right?
It's
up
still on the
there.
wall. Yep, you can
Okay.
see it as well.
I cast Hex on that and give it disadvantage on strength.
Hex's range is 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You
90.
can disadvantage on
actually.
90 feet. Epic. Okay, so disadvantage on strength. Yeah. The creature on the wall is going to look over towards the party there, and it's going to fire
Come at
its
me.
filament.
Never
It's going
mind.
to shoot out the adhesive filament once more, and it's going to go towards Mountain. Mountain, make a athletics or acrobatics check.
You already know what the fuck I'm going with. 26.
Damn.
Mountain grabs
As it
and pulls it.
As it fires and attempts to land on you, you actually take your you're holding your pike, right?
Yeah.
You take your pike and you actually just slash the filament as it comes towards you and cut it off just at the right part where it's not able to reach you. It just barely tugs towards you, then falls to the ground and gets sucked back up. The creature then looks around at you and it turns around and begins darting up the wall towards the ceiling and out of sight. The creature in front of you, Velrissa, is going to use half its movement to flip over and get up to its proper standing, and then it's going to shoot its sticky goo over at you as well. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check as it fires it out of its mouth. These small little prong like teeth, they all just perk up and it just fires out like a spider's web.
5.
5. It grapples onto you and it whips you up right in front of it. And as it does, one of its claws come up and it goes straight for your face. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Now here's the kicker. So first of all, you take that's a lot. That was a big roll. That's 10 points of slashing damage. As it comes up, the claws rake against your cheek and you feel it get pretty deep. You feel it actually grind against your cheekbone as it pulls the mandible back. And then it takes both of them after that and attacks once more with both of its claws.
Please say psych, dude.
The left claw is a fat miss. Yeah. As it rakes up towards you, it just misses. You craned your neck just enough backwards for the mandible to miss. The right one. So that one is a 16 to hit.
No, that doesn't.
So it just clinks against your armor and pulls back. It looks basically its head kind of cranes and its eyes peer over your shoulders towards the party, and then its mandibles sort of wrap around you and it begins pulling you backwards away from the party.
Oh shit.
You move 20 feet further back the way you guys you guys came from. So that will end its turn. Up next is Silnan.
Fuck, does someone even know what's happening to Velrissa? Like,
you weren't looking that direction.
did Velrissa make any noise whatsoever? Is she just being stoic? Like,
I'm sure she made squirming noises and things, but nothing.
I'm
not
30
aud-
feet away from you. I
Not
don't know
30
what
feet
it is.
audible screams. No.
Either way, he's gonna turn around at the very least because the other
Okay,
guy
make a
fucking
perception
went up.
check.
Okay. It's 13 plus 4. 13 plus
I'm gonna
4.
say you just barely see the movement of shadows, and like in the very extent of your range of dark vision, you just see somebody being pulled out of your range of vision.
Okay. I realize Velrissa's not there. Obviously, Hilltree, where'd Velrissa go?
Big crab.
Oh fuck! I run 30 feet towards it.
All right, you're not gonna make it there, but you make it within 20 feet of them. So you have vision of them, but they're 20 feet in front of you. And it's basically, you see Velrissa, you see these two mandibles wrapping around, and it's just pulling, like it's just walking backward, like scuttling back, pulling Velrissa along with it.
She's being pulled in the mandibles, not by the filament.
By
whatever
both.
the hell it was.
By both.
Both. Okay.
She's attached to the filament, but it has its arms wrapped around it. It's pulling with kind of to make sure it has a hold of Velrissa.
Okay, well, bonus action to cunning action and dash, and I'm gonna try to stab it wherever the weak in the chitin is, the weak's part, with a rapier.
So you just dash forward in between Velrissa, kind of like you grab a hold of like a part of her armor and lean in between her arm and her hip, and just pierce forward and go to try to stab it. Go ahead and roll your melee attack.
Okay, that is 8, 10 plus 7 minus 3, so 14.
14. You hit a part of the exoskeleton and you just ricochet off. You don't actually get any
Fuck.
sort of puncture to it. It just kind of bounces back off.
Okay, that's my turn, I guess. What happened to Hilltree's short sword as well?
It's gonna be laying on the ground somewhere over there.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna pick that up.
So yeah, he runs over, bonus action, grabs his short sword off the ground.
Yep. And then he runs towards. I'm assuming he's close enough to get close to the crab because he's right next to Larsa. He
His
literally
movement
humped
speed's
her
30.
leg.
Oh, yeah, his movement speed's 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes it.
He makes
Just
it. Okay,
barely.
He's gonna go for a stab with his short sword then. 15.
15. Once again, as his short sword comes down, he just ricochets off a part of the chitin and doesn't actually get any sort of puncture in it.
Damn it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Up next is going to be Taxi.
The one on the wall went away, out of sight.
Make a perception. You can make a perception check. You can attempt to search for it, but right now it is out of your range. I think you only have 60 feet of dark vision as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be. You look up and you can as about the range it moved upwards. You look and you can just. It's hard to get a full perceptive without actually fully trying to attempt. Just with passive perception, you look around and you just see a lot of shadows moving. It's kind of hard to get a full view that far into dim light.
God, I don't like the a lot in there.
And Vel is very far
50
away.
feet away.
Really far, yeah.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Vel would probably be about 60 feet or so away from you. So they would be just out of your range as well of dim light.
I will drop the flaming sphere and double my speed and run all the way past where Silnan was running. I assume I'll just catch up to Velrissa and that thing.
Yeah, you would.
And then I will cast Entangle on this dude.
That's a dex save, right?
Strength.
Strength save. Okay.
I'll catch up really fast
one of
and then
them's a
snap my
bitch.
fingers and cast Entangle.
Entangled.
I will cast
Entangled.
Tangled from my favorite Disney movie. So it gets a 11.
Fucking fails!
So it is now grappled.
Grappling the grappler. Never saw that one coming.
What do you have to drop, Vel?
No.
Okay.
A grapple creature can still grapple, funnily enough.
Grapple chain.
Okay. Bonus action, I will throw probably my last magic stone. Unless there's stones around, I'll throw a magic stone at it. Does 15 hit?
A 15, the rock hits, but it bounces off the kite and doesn't seem to actually deal any damage.
Hold tight, Vel.
This
I
exoskeleton.
have to end my turn. And then I end my turn.
Jesus Christ.
What is it
I
doing?
hate that.
Please don't
I
let that
fucking
be
hate
canon.
that. Up next is gonna be Mountain. Mountain, you are. You and Br'aad are just kind of standing there.
Just chilling.
Hey, what's up? Okay, well, alright, and Br'aad is standing next to me.
Yes.
That's-
I'm going to use Commander
Well, Broad's
Strike.
about 15 feet away from you, but yeah.
Is Mountain gonna throw Br'aad? It's
No,
his
Finally.
no.
My
Oh,
wish
man.
come true.
I'm gonna use Commander Strike and say to Br'aad, if you shoot one of those blasty things up there, would we be able to see it? You know, the light shit that comes out of your hands.
Oh yeah. And then I shoot that.
And he shoots it.
And then
I
I,
would like
shoot
to-
that.
Yeah, dude, I looked down for 5 seconds, like, what the fuck is... Oh, yeah,
what is he
that.
talking about?
First one is a 16 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is a natural 20.
Damn, brother.
Oh, buddy.
But and these are these with disadvantage?
Nope. Hang on, let me make...
Because you are attacking something you cannot see.
Well,
Yep.
if he just rolled twice, then the first one would be 16.
No, he's rolling for two different. He's
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
for two different
there's
beams.
still a, there's
Did
still a
just roll twice.
16. There's still a 16, and the natural 20 turns into a 27.
They both hits. To go and roll. Go
Damage
ahead and roll
time
your
mountain.
damage.
Oh, I'll show you the light shit that comes out of my fucking hands. Kablammy.
Kablammy, kabloomy.
Add three damage to one of your attacks.
This is wild. All right. First one does 18 for the first blast.
18?
Yeah, for the first blast. Second blast does 17 damage. Light shit, go!
Light shit, go.
Before Taxi
Let's
doubled
go.
his speed, he yelled, "Stop stealing my tieflings."
Jesus Christ. No,
Stop
dude.
stealing my stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, that's and then we retcon it again, and it was better the way it was at first. Where he
All right, so you fire. You feel both your beams impact something, and you feel like you hit it. The light from the Eldritch Blast does not emanate that much, and you can see the form of the creature as it slams into them. But once again, the darkness just climbs over as soon as your blasts impact. But you do see them both hit the back of the kite.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's just,
It's dark. You can't really see anything past the fact that they arc up into the darkness. You can see light. They slam into the creature, and as soon as they hit, the light is gone.
No,
Did it
obviously
die?
it didn't die.
Maybe it did, and it's still up there.
Probably
okay,
not.
I mean, like,
Until
shit.
you see it dead.
I don't.
It
Just
makes
assume
no.
it's
The
alive.
creature makes no noise, but you know both of those blasts did impact.
Mountain, I did it. I killed it.
You sure about that?
No.
All right, so that
Yeah,
up
that
next
just said.
up next will be Br'aad and Velrissa. Yeah.
But now I am, and then I do it again.
Okay, roll. Make sure you're rolling with disadvantage at first. So go ahead and roll the first one.
All right. That's not good. That's worse. First one's a 10 to hit.
Nope. Go for the second.
Second one is a 13 to hit.
Both of the blasts just hit parts of the cave wall.
All right, fuck this, and I run towards Velrissa.
So you begin running that direction. You fully don't get there through movement speed, but you head that direction.
Yeah.
Velrissa, what are you doing?
How does the lobster boy look? Is he looking rough?
He's taking damage for sure, but he doesn't
Okay.
seem. It doesn't seem to be very crippling to the creature. No, it still seems to be in a very good fighting shape.
Okay, and do I have my hands? Are they movable?
Your hands are free enough. The mandibles are wrapped around you, but not in a very tight grip. Just more like they went to your back to help scoot you with it.
Okay, can I take my hand and inflict wounds on him? A third level inflict wounds? Like maybe like wherever I
sure.
can touch?
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 16 plus 6, so 24.
24 to hit. That is a
Yes. Yeah. 25?
25.
Okay.
So yeah, as you grab a hold, you can see the creature like it writhes as you grab a hold, and cracks just go straight up the kite from its head down to its back. Once again, you can tell you dealt quite a bit of damage, but the creature makes no noise. So it's hard to tell. But you can tell the damage is there. The damage has been done. The creature just doesn't seem to, make noises. Neither of them seem to have made any noise at all since you've encountered them.
Okay, that ends my turn.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Once more, a filament comes from the ceiling from the direction where Br'aad's Eldritch Blast had landed.
Yo, no, you just
what's
get
up?
hit
What
by
check
it.
do I
Just
make?
willingly get hit by it, so
Seriously.
you can go up and fuck him up. I'm not even kidding, dude.
That's metagame.
He's like-
Okay, but
Don't tell me what
Sorry.
to do. But at the same time, I'll leave it up to the dice at this point because that's a really good idea, and I wanted to do that actually. But
You get grappled
I'll
real
leave
hard to
it
do
up to the
that.
dice at this point. Oh, athletics only or acrobatics as well?
Athletics or acrobatics. Your choice.
I'm gonna use acrobatics because that's only +2.
God, this is an awful idea. I hope you realize how stupid this idea actually
you're an
is.
awful idea. You were dead. Shut up.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, but you're being pulled
Natural
over 60
20.
feet.
Are you serious? I got a
Okay,
natural
good.
20.
Yeah, no, you
Can you use
just
the nat
you just
20?
cartwheel
Can
out of
you
the
use
fucking
nat
way of
20
it.
to
Like,
ride
you just
in the
dodge.
elevator?
Wait, come on. Can I not at least grab it? Or come on, this motherfucker's annoying. Let's move past this, please. Just let me,
With an
like,
acrobatic
grab
check,
it.
no, you can't grab it.
Yeah,
Say it
your
was
acrobatics check. If you did
should've done
athletics,
athletics.
If you did athletics, you could have
listen,
possibly.
listen.
With
This is a
acrobatics, you
pirate.
just
We're
dodge.
telling a fucking story. We gotta let him ride it like an elevator.
No, don't.
That is a
That's
very
the way she
incorrect
goes.
statement.
That's the way
That-
she goes.
Very
God
incorrect
damn it.
statement.
I should have done it.
you guys realize that thing is
It
like
would have been.
50
It would have
feet
been
in the
sick.
air.
Condi,
right?
stop making sense, okay? Condi, please stop making sense.
And then you just hear the sound of scurrying up the cavern wall a bit more.
Oh God, it's further away.
I want to
Velrissa?
die.
Yes, DM, get rid of these creatures.
I want to kill it. I just. We're eating.
I
this,
wouldn't
Br'aad.
blame
We're
me.
eating
I'd
the
blame.
fuck out of
I'd
this.
blame Mountain for running into one.
I
But
nod.
anyway.
We are eating the shit out of this.
They've been there. They have been here. You guys already encountered them before, and they
I
were
shot
still
them
here.
so many times.
Well, you tried to, but you missed a lot of times, honestly.
You give me disadvantage.
Because you were just firing. Because you're firing right up into the air. You don't know where the fuck it is. You're just shooting.
I do, bro.
You're just shooting a fucking ceiling. Velrissa, the one that is still grappled onto you, attempts to make claw attack towards you.
Nice.
The
Isn't
first
he
one
still
is
grappled?
Yeah,
It is grappled, yes. Grappling does not fully. Grappling only
It's
gives disadvantage
restrained.
on attacks. Restrain, I'm pretty sure, just needs grapple, but we will double check that real quick.
It says attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it does have disadvantage, but it already had advantage because it's grappling anyway. So it's just going to be a default roll,
Okay.
which is a 21.
That hits.
Yeah, because it already had advantage against
Okay.
Velrissa, so this would just give it a basic attack.
I should have rolled advantage with my magic stone. I'm dumb.
I've got to
Velrissa
burn all
take.
my fucking spell slots so we can get out of this fight.
12 points of slashing damage,
Fuck, that's a beefy hit.
and then with its other claw, that is a 14. So they missed.
Guys, the magic items, where's the lobsters?
Dude, this was the fucking loot.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys would have got magic items, but somebody ran ahead with a 12 survival and ran into a bunch of creatures with a passive perception of 11. So, I mean...
Oh, he said would have. I'm kind of fucking pissed off.
I said you would have gotten them at first, but I mean, it doesn't mean you're not getting them dumb.
Listen, if you
okay.
had to pick between magic items or big lobsters,
Which would you pick?
Mountain runs
that's
into
an actual
fucking
20, by the
lobster.
way.
Tastes good.
Natural 20 for what?
For hitting it with my fucking rapier.
Oh, okay, yeah, you hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
of course.
roll your double damage, my boy.
Double damage. 32. 32 damage.
Rogue damage.
Did you double your sneak attack?
Oh no, I didn't.
Rogue damage.
Let's see, I was at 14.
just double the numbers on the die.
I was at, yeah, okay, so I got a 6, a 4, and a 6, so it's 14, 26, 38.
Rogue
plus
damage.
8, 46. 46 damage.
Feels so good to hear. Misty Sylvan.
As it's writhing, trying to pull Velrissa away while it's restrained by the vines, you just reach over and you dive your rapier right in the cranium, right above where the filament's coming out, and you feel it crack. And as it breaks through, you see this white bluish liquid start to ooze out of the wound, and a lot of the very liquidy, oozy organs start to slowly spill out of the head, and it lies there limp.
I give a fist bump to Sylvan.
Fist bump taxi. Well, that's dealt with. Where's Br'aad and Mountain now? Fuck.
Surprise, mother fricker! It's surprise mid-roll time! A rare mid-roll that pops up not even in the middle of the episode with no warning beforehand. What a special occasion that'll never happen again. Wow, he broke my immersion for this? Yes. Yes, I did. We didn't take a break this session, so there wasn't a place to put the mid-roll, so let's make this quick, shall we? Twitch.tv/JRWI show. We're premiering the next episode, so if you don't show, you blow. Want more detailed info? Why, at JRWI show on Twitter. Might give some in the coming weeks. I should also mention that we got affiliated on Twitch recently, so if you want to support us other than Patreon, come smash that sub button and use Amazon Prime or some shit like that. Did I just say Patreon? That's another cool way to support us. If you want to see us do cool things like, I don't know, a new intro would be kind of cool. But there's no way that'll happen if we don't have patrons to support us. Anyways, you guys know the drill. Thank you so much for everything. Please enjoy the rest of the episode. I'm going to let you get right back to it. I've been Grizzly. You've been beautiful. Have a good rest of your fucking day. I don't know if combat ended. Did combat end?
No.
There's still one
All
on the
right,
ceiling.
The other
Never
one.
mind.
exists.
Wait, no, it's my turn, right?
No, it is not. It is
It's
Hiltry's
Hiltry's.
Fuck.
Okay, no, actually, I'm gonna stay around and make sure Velrissa's okay. And Hiltry, fuck, what the fuck is Hiltry gonna do?
turn. Hiltry fucks.
Hiltry fucks, dude. He just sits down and he fucks. And I end my turn.
That's Hiltry?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with
Okay,
Hiltry.
good talk. Right, taxi. Good talk.
Okay, I'll just release it in my entangle spell so all the vines will go away.
I would have assumed as much, as since the creature is now dead.
Right, and I don't
You're
want
just
to.
entangling the dude. You just have a hold of the corpse.
Yeah,
You're just fucking
he's also
writhing.
entangled.
It's like I'm just
With
I'm just
vines.
clutching my hand and it's making the vines go tighter. No, I drop it because I don't want it to be difficult terrain for Vel to get back up. Yeah, I'll use my movement and walk back towards where Mountain and that other creature was,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll cast Fairy Fire and move it. I'll move it 60 feet up towards where he went, where I last saw the creature crawl up, and it'll be a 20-foot cube, 60 foot above us on that wall.
It's actually a good idea because that'll counter the disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. What's your spell save?
14 Dex.
The cavern wall itself lights up, but you don't see any creatures' outlines.
Oh, it's weird. A wall's never
Hell.
light. Wait, what? The wall lights up?
Yeah, the portion of the wall right there does light up.
Okay. Look at Mountain. Well, I think he's gone. And just to be sure, I use my bonus action. I'll just throw a magic stone up there.
Okay, make an attack roll at disadvantage.
As far as it'll go. 15?
You just hits the wall. You just hear the stone clink against more stone.
All right. I turn around, and then I end my turn.
All right, Mountain.
Is there? This thing is gone. Like, it's not in front of me. It's not up there. Like,
It's
I
up
don't
there
see it.
somewhere. You don't see it anywhere though,
You
but it's
can
up
see
there
Taxi
somewhere.
and
No,
Taxi and Br'aad
I'm
just
pretty
fucking
sure it's
done
gone.
All right.
shit.
I am gonna say, all right, fuck this, fuck that crab thing. I'm leaving. Disengage,
He's
because I'm
crying
tired
so
of this
much.
bullshit.
Br'aad and
Okay,
Velrissa.
wait, Mountain, throw me. Wait,
Throw you?
Velrissa, it's your.
He can't.
You're
He
right,
can't. He
you're right,
disengaged.
Velrissa, it's our turn. Velrissa, throw me.
Velrissa's like 60 feet away.
She's
from
like
you.
panting.
Velrissa is cannot isn't.
She can't just fucking throw
could
you
just
now.
send it, dude.
I won't throw. No, I'm
Yo,
kidding.
fuck! You can't play with my goddamn
I'm
heart.
kidding.
All right, Br'aad throws his hands up in the air like, well, guess there's nothing we can do. And then out of those hands, shoot Eldritch Blast with disadvantage.
Go for it.
Shit, we got a 14 plus 8. We got a 14 plus 8. We got a 22 coming at you. What else? We got a
Misses.
shit. That's a
You hit a cavern wall.
what?
I wonder why it misses, Charlie. Think real hard. Why it might miss.
With the other hand, he face palms and then shoots himself. Okay, Br'aad disengages. He's done. He's done.
Yeah, I kind of sit there and I like wipe myself off a little, kind of grossed out, and I disengage as well.
I cast prestidigitation and clean Velrissa up.
All right.
I help Velrissa out.
Ciao,
of the
Kachin,
crab
you
monster
are now
thing.
clean.
Hey, you okay?
Am I still covered in the slop?
Oh yeah.
Ka-chow,
gonna-
Yeah, I just kind of wipe it off, like
Rid of the slop.
I'm gonna.
I kind of just wipe it off angrily and say that was fucking annoying.
That was fucking
Did you
retarded.
kill the other one?
Ka-chow, ka-chetting, that fight was
Oh,
upsetting.
I'm gonna kneel.
Yeah, the other one.
Ka-chow, ka-chow. It was all your
That
fault.
doesn't even
Alright, where is
fucking rhyme, stupid DM. Shout directly upward.
I'm gonna. Oh my god.
Shout out the roof.
I know? Have we seen these lobsters before? Like, is this a creature I know of, or is it completely new?
Make a history check.
Okay.
I like to kneel down near the lobster. Is his shell thing, like pretty looking?
No, not necessarily.
You said it was white, so I didn't know if it was like shiny.
I just imagine it was like
or
an albino
It's not
lobster.
shiny. Yeah, it's very pale white. You notice a very common occurrence down here. Most creatures don't have much of a color to their skin. They're grays, dark black, grays, dark grays, whites, maybe sometimes even blacks.
That's how pigmentation works. Br'aad says, because you would
Exactly.
obviously know that.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily shiny or pretty. It's just pale. It's just a pale white chitin. One thing though, let me do something. Make an investigation check. Actually.
19.
What is it? Nice.
What was it?
Nice.
19.
19.
You take a little bit to kind of just gather information about this. You smell some of the blood that's coming off of it. You look at its chitin. You look at the filament. One thing you immediately notice that's interesting to you is that the blood is alcoholic.
What?
Mountain.
You lean down and you lean down and you take a small lick of it afterwards as well.
Actually,
and it tastes like a very strong liquor.
I don't call Mountain over. I'd like to.
I'm not done yet.
Okay,
Hold on.
go ahead. Keep going.
So yeah, you take a small moment to lick a little bit off your finger, and it tastes like a very strong liquor. The filament itself, that you can now have some of it, you can actually pull some of it out of its mouth, some more that's already created and had backed up and ready. It seems like it could easily even be woven like a rope. It's very thin and it's tough, and it's almost nearly invisible if you're not paying attention as well. It's very, very effervescent and almost see-through.
I was gonna say. Oh, you keep going. Keep going. Okay.
I'm not done
I didn't
yet.
know you were
Very
keep
close.
going. Sorry.
Just
I
wait
will-
a second. Let him finish.
Yeah, I will say when I'm finished, but there's a lot to this. So
All right.
the filament seems easily wovenable, very, very tough, very malleable at the same time, so definitely useful for some things. And you also gather the meat is also edible. It's very similar to a normal crustacean's meat, but you gather as well from the alcoholic like blood. It'll probably have a small sort of wine-like taste to it as well when it's cooked properly. And on top of that, of course, the shell is very, very strong, and you could easily see people using that to manufacture things like tools and armor, and maybe even some sort of jewelry.
Done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
I was gonna.
Also, no, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I'd like to try and spend some time like gathering some of the filament, the blood, and the meat.
All right, I would say make a survival check.
While he's
Can I
doing
assist
this,
with that?
okay. But
Did he ask for assistance?
I don't
No,
know,
I
just
didn't.
like this
I just walked over there and started
Someone
doing it.
observes
So then
and
you
starts joining.
So
then you both would be making survival checks. You wouldn't be helping each other. You'd both just be doing
Yeah,
it
that's fine.
for yourselves.
That's fine.
my survival check was a 16.
16. Okay.
Mine is a 22.
22. Okay.
I just want to go over and rip the claw off and eat it.
Br'aad
That's what I
agrees.
wanna
Br'aad
do.
agrees. Br'aad agrees so hard.
What I would
Please let me.
Bro agrees. Just like slamming his fucking fists on his fucking like knees.
Br'aad want.
So for extracting wise,
Br'aad, yes.
I'm gonna say Mountain. If you really want to intervene, you can, because it's gonna take them a while to do this.
Oh, I'm gonna intervene. I'm going over and I'm ripping.
Okay,
the
so
fucking
Mountain just
claw off.
butts in and rips off one of the claws.
Br'aad screams in
Christ.
ecstasy.
I rip it open. I grab some of it. I smell it a little bit. Do I smell that it's a little alcoholic?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh,
I-
fuck.
I
Oh,
raise
no.
I raise my eyebrows and I just kind of look around at
I
everybody.
rip off the
And I
other
eat
claw
it.
and cheers it with him.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm ignoring Mountain.
Yeah, no, I just keep
Yeah.
going at it.
Mountain is ignoring you too, bitch.
I don't acknowledge what he's doing.
24.
That was disgusting. It didn't hurt you anyway. You spit it out after you tried to swallow it, but it was gross. You realize, well, you don't realize, but probably maybe Taxi would pipe up and tell you that you don't eat crustacean meat raw.
Hey, Mountain.
Fucking idiot.
Actually, I don't. I don't say anything.
Fuck.
I told you I was
You don't
ignoring
say
him. I don't say a single
Okay,
I-
Mountain, it was disgusting. It was horrid. It tasted like you just ripped into somebody's asshole. It just was putrid.
With his long
Someone
history
kinda just,
of
like,
doing this,
sighs.
Mountain knew.
I say
Someone
something.
sighs
to
is like-
Mountain,
Oh, yeah.
you
I take a swig of my
absolutely
drink
should not
and
have
then
ate
and then
that.
try a smaller piece.
I
And I'm
stopped.
tastes
looking
just
up
as
as I'm looking up as at Velrissa as I put a smaller piece in my mouth.
No, Mountain, that's not
I'm
gonna
like-
taste any better. God.
It tastes just as bad.
Jesus Christ, I've not
I
even
walk
noticed.
away. I walk away
chew
from
it.
Mountain.
No, hold on.
I walk
I
away
chew
from
it and I
Mountain.
keep looking at Velrissa. I'm like, it tastes
All right,
fine.
Br'aad,
I'm walking
Br'aad
away.
takes that as a cue. He takes a bite out of the other claw.
Constitution saving throw.
Taxi just shakes his head while gathering what he's looking for.
Guys, I've not even been alive for a day. I want to see the sun.
Fuck you and the sun.
You say that, Sylvan, and Taxi just sighs.
Br'aad.
I got a 15.
15. It tastes horrid, and you feel sick to your stomach.
You lied.
No, I didn't.
Fucking Sylvan's like
Alright.
rubs
So
his
I go over
temples
to
for a
Mountain.
second.
Does yours taste better?
So,
for some
back to-
reason? Take a bite out
Back
of
to
his.
Sonen and Taxi. Back to Sonen and Taxi. You two. It takes you a bit of time. You don't get as much chitin as you wish you could, because a lot of it was cracked, broken, and crushed in some sort of way by physical damage.
Yeah.
However, you get a good bit of the meat. I would say you get probably about, I'd say probably about a sack and a half worth of meat, because there's not a whole lot of meat. I mean, it's a 7-foot long crustacean, but crustaceans themselves don't have a lot of edible meat on them underneath the chitin. So you get about
Is
a
that
bag
like
and a
both of us together?
together. Yes, you get about a bag and a half. For the chitin, you probably get about, I'd say, decent square size, about 5. They're about the size of like a shield-ish, probably a bit smaller, but about the size of like a kite shield, not a kite shield, a small like round shield. I forget what those are
That's
called.
hot.
A buckler, about the size of a buckler. You get about 5 pieces about that size. So they're still very good size, and that's a good bit. You also get 7 vials of the blood.
How much is that in pints?
How much is a vial? Let me check. 5e vial.
What I was gonna do is I was going to.
A vial is 4 ounces.
Okay.
So you
said
get 4 vials.
So
I mean 7
4
vials.
ounces.
7 vials.
16 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, Taxi, are you gonna carry everything, or?
I was going to put the.
You have 7 4-ounce vials of the blood. Is what it is.
Okay, so
7
I have
4-ounce
1
vials.
pint of blood. I was gonna put that in my water skin. I'm not having any water in it or anything.
Okay.
So it'll be like
And then the filament, you probably get about 20 feet worth of it.
I'm holding the
I can.
blood in the meat.
Well,
Okay.
okay. So then someone is carrying the chitin and the filament.
And
Yeah, I have.
I suppose the weight of the filament doesn't matter, right?
Ooh, you don't. Ooh, fuck. Man, Taxi's damn close to being encumbered.
Okay, I assume the blood isn't 3 pounds.
No.
It's just-
I'm gonna say you're just under your carry weight right now, so you really can't carry anything else.
That's fine. I didn't
You are
count
like
on
you're wearing like weighted armor right now for training. You're like fucking Piccolo at this moment,
it. Okay.
wearing your fucking weight shit.
I
It's
got
like,
fucking ankle weights on.
Yeah, you're just like
Naruto style. Nobody knows. Why can't you triple your speed, Taxi? Quadruple your speed. It's the ankle weights.
It's the ankle weights.
When I take these off.
Once I drop these puppies, oh fucking.
Yeah, I think
Quintuple my
I'm pretty sure
speed.
Sonen has plenty of room. I think Sonen's good.
Yeah, I have a ton of room. Yeah.
Wish I used my dex to carry shit.
Someone stands up at this point in size, like, can we please get out of this cave?
Now, Taxi stands up. If you would all please follow me,
I do.
we can leave.
Whatever. I start drinking out of my flask until I get the taste out of my mouth.
It's stuck there.
Taxi does
It's
the.
never leaving.
He does the. That's.
That deal. Nothing personnel.
Nothing personnel, kid.
All right, let's not do this. Let's go.
All right, so you guys stretch forward. Taxi, make a survival check.
I got a 21.
All right.
Oh yes.
You guys begin heading forward. You trudge your way out of a large portion of the cave. Actually, seemingly, you haven't really encountered much. You've just been walking, kind of keeping to your own thoughts. Nothing seems to be in the way or bothering you. But at one point, the 5 of you all begin to feel at the same exact time this very warm, tingling feeling in your body.
Level up.
I was gonna say
You
that.
Just,
Session's over.
I'm just playing. Please don't get
I've
mad.
gained a level.
I'm just kidding.
Constitution saving throw.
I've leveled up.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Wait,
That was a meme. That was a meme.
okay.
That was a meme.
Okay.
That was a meme. That was
Okay.
just, that was
It's
just
like, fuck, are you kidding me?
No.
a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 1, I spontaneously combust.
You guys all begin to feel this very tingling feeling inside of you.
That's right.
You all
you're
look.
on fire.
You all look to each other, and you know, kind of take notice that everybody's feeling the same thing. And in front of you, you can actually see the exit to the cave, the way back
Oh.
out. The light is so unbearably bright. You don't, especially because being in the darkness this long, getting used to your dark vision, you just see the blinding yellow-hued light coming at you. You don't see anything of the outside world. You can't take it. You can't make out any trees or anything yet. You just see this light burning towards you.
Someone hasn't seen light in like 10 days, so I'm gonna roll on D4 and be blind for that long. Someone screams.
I use lesser restoration to clear his temporary blindness of 4 seconds.
Guys, shut up.
No, but you guys all begin approaching. You guys all begin approaching the light. Begin heading out of the cave. And as you walk into this very warm light, you're not back outside where you entered. You're not. In fact, you recall you entered from below a building. There was no light. As you traverse through it, all of you are in a very, very large cavern. Looking up and down, it's about a cylinder in shape. The bottom and the top very far out of distance. You just see blackness above and below you. You're all sitting on pedestals. There is almost like in the shape of a shuriken, where there is a circle in the middle and these small platforms jutting out on each side that end on a small standing stone. All of you are standing around this circle, opposite of each other, all standing around, staring towards the center. Even though you all walked in the same way, you're all standing on these different standing stones, looking towards the center of this podium.
Taxi
You quickly look
So,
around
like, we kind
and
of
you
just
notice
question.
what?
We kind of just like appeared there, or like we all just unconsciously walked to these spots.
You basically walk to these spots. You just walk.
Okay.
You just traverse through the light and you appear here.
Okay.
You look around to see each other, very confused, spaced out. Looking below you, just see you're standing on a circular stone that's about enough to just hold you. It's about enough width to just stand on. Then there's a small walkway towards this large circular center. You all look across each other. You look in between to see the gaps, the darkness around you. And then as you all look back forward towards the center, Br'aad, you see Opnok Shai standing in front of you on the other side of the walkway. Silnan, you see Catherine. Mountain, you see a male and female dwarf you've never seen before. Velrissa, you see Weejas. And Paxi, you see Nula. All standing
Brad,
before
quick
you.
magic shit.
It's not me.
I
They all seem, looking at forward at you guys, they all seem very welcoming.
fuck.
I guess I just sort of walked. I mean, I'm used to this, so I walk towards him.
I pull out my pike. I'm not ready for this shit.
I don't want any character development. I don't know who these people are. Get out of here.
Br'aad, as you walk forward, Opnok Shai, his hands kind of unfold. He kind of has his arms down to his sides, and his hands unfold outwards, kind of in a very opening, royal way of welcoming you.
Okay, now Br'aad is a little worried.
He says, "You've done good, my son. You fought against a mighty evil, and you survived.
Those
It's in
lobsters
fact
were
quite
pretty tough."
interesting. No, not those. Those were a minor inconvenience. There's a path ahead of you, my child. And oh boy, is it a long and winding one."
I look down. It's not.
He slowly sort of face palms for a second. Like his fingers come up, and he holds his temple for a second and kind of rubs the sides of it. "No, Br'aad. The adventure ahead of you with your newly found friends.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
This is going to be an interesting journey. And a very, very difficult one. Step forward.
This is sort of trick? A game, maybe?
No games here, not yet.
Okay.
Step forward.
I step forward.
Alright. Silnan. Catherine
Yes.
holds her hand out to you. She's wearing the very same white dress that you've seen her wear many a times.
I start walking towards her as well,
I'm
as Br'aad did.
proud of you, Silnan. You're back.
Well,
You're alive again and you fought. Even with this curse, even with this darkness inside you, you fought and you survived.
yeah, well, I wouldn't be here without you, you know.
And you won't have to feel alone anymore. I'm here. Your brother's here. And so are your friends. Step forward and be reunited.
I step forward.
Mountain. As you look upon this male and female dwarf, they seem old, but the clothes they wear are very regal. The man, he's wearing this small cloak just perfectly fitted for him with a blue and gold, very royal outfit underneath of it. Each finger has a different colored ring around it with these very ornate gems. His hand very firmly comes up and holds it out towards you. But it almost feels like he's sort of looking down upon you at the same time from a higher standpoint, even though you're actually taller than he is. He goes, "It has been a while, but you're on the right path."
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Shh. In due time, you'll learn. But you would have a life ahead of you. Come. There's plenty more to be learned.
Come with you?
Step forward.
I kind of hesitate for a second, and then I put my pike away and I slowly walk forward, staying skeptical, but
You step forward. You get very close. The female dwarf next to him seems very welcoming. Her smile is warm, and as you look at her, you feel something inside you. You feel something tug towards her. You feel like you know this person very, very well. Like you just need to be around them. She looks at you with a very, very warm smile. And she says, "You've been away from home for quite some time now."
I don't understand.
She goes,
What do
"You have something inside you that you don't even know about. We wish we could have been there for you." Hi. Your name's not Mountain, son.
I don't...
You are Thorhan. Thorhan of the Stormbraid family.
Okay, well... The fuck does that mean to me?
There's a lot to explain that I can't right now. Just know that somebody will come for you soon. They will lead you the path. They will show you where you need to go. There's a life ahead of you that you have not yet learned.
Okay.
She holds her hand out as well, along with the male dwarfs.
Do I grab it? What do I do?
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Back to episode 1, Mountain.
I mean,
What do you fucking do?
I don't know. I kind of just stand there in shock, I guess. I'm confused.
You don't have to be afraid. Here, we have something for you.
Okay, what is it?
Grab our hands. Welcome your new life.
Why should I trust you? I don't even know you.
We know you weren't here. At this point, the father pipes up instead. He goes, My son, you've been away from home, but it wasn't our choice. We wanted you
Whose
there.
was it?
It's something I cannot explain now. This is something you will learn. In due time. You are strong. You're a mighty dwarf. You've done your family proud.
I lean my head, like, looking straight down, and I put out my hand.
Their hands touch yours. Velrissa, Weejoss stands before you. She's wearing a black, very elegant dress that splits down the center where the legs are, and there's just a spiderweb-like design in between the frills of the dress. Her skin is very fair and complex, and she looks at you with a small smirk.
I walk forward slowly, but very carefully, but confident. And I say, "Have I done what you've asked me?"
That and so much more. You're a powerful one, aren't you, Velrissa?
I'd like to believe so, yes.
You've taken a step forward, and a mighty one at that. You've conquered. You've destroyed. But most of all, you've done a service. You're doing good for the people. Death is not an end, just a gateway. You are that gatekeeper. She holds her hand out she sort of slowly rolls the elbow out and gives her hand out very daintily. Step forward now.
I step forward and confidently place my hand on top of hers.
Taxi. As you look upon, Nula is in her monkey form, and she's sitting on top a tree stump.
I'll walk forward and kneel, take a knee and bow my head.
No need for that, child. Sit up.
All right.
You are not under me. You are my powerful warrior. You fought, and you've won. It's quite impressive, actually.
You think so?
Aye. It is quite strong.
I don't know what happened back there, but
You're on your way. You have a gift you have not unlocked yet. But just know there are many like you, Tabaxis, cat people, that are looking upon you. You have potential to be the greatest of them all.
what makes you say that?
You're powerful, you're adventurous, you're courageous. You do what others will never do. And not just for yourself, but for others.
I mean, I've been doing everything for the others.
That is a good mind to have. And there is a lot I cannot tell you, but let's just say some very powerful people. They think you might have a role somewhere far above this life.
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, that's a lot to hear.
She holds her hands out, almost like in the shape of holding like a necklace, and the necklace just appears in between her fingers. And she goes, "You are now an initiate." And she stands up a bit off the tree stump and puts it around your neck.
Oh.
She goes, "You are now in training. You could be the future of the Master Cats."
Oh. Well, I mean, why? Would I deserve that?
You're nervous, yes? I can see that. But it's okay.
Always.
You are powerful. You have locked potential you have not yet tapped into. But once you do, you will be very strong. I see your future, and it is bright. Pursue this path with your friends. And ahead of you, you may become a lord of nature. And she holds her hand out.
Thank you. And I'll reach out for her hand.
As you touch her hand, all of you, the figures in front of you fade into a white light. They disappear. And in front of you, you all see this singular pedestal in the center of this circular stone. All of you see something different, though. Br'aad, you approach first. In front of you, you see a very bizarre looking wand floating above the pedestal. It's gold in color, but it's ordained with these small blue, pink, bright gems all across it. It looks a little bizarre, but in the right way to you. You like it. It's not natural. It's different. It's like you.
Huh. I look around, and I guess I just sort of.
You step forward. As you're stepping forward,
I reach out and touch it.
As you step forward to the pedestal, you notice that the rest of the party as well is stepping forward towards the pedestal. You all walk together in unison up to these items that you see, and you take a hold of them. Br'aad, you now have a wand of wonder.
Cool.
Taxi. As you're stepping forward, on the pedestal in front of you, the same exact pedestal Br'aad is walking towards, but to you, you see this small,
Oh, this is so fucking cool.
a small marble statue of an elephant. It looks mighty. It looks powerful. It has a single one of its legs perked up and its trunk pointing towards the sky very triumphantly. As you grab it, you now have a marble elephant, which is a figurine of wondrous power.
Hey, I mean, I was gonna make some dumb joke, but
Mountain. Yes. As you step forward, you see a long sword in front of you. It's mighty. The handle of it is this dark, sort of reddish auburn with very small jaded sort of edges on it. Very good for grip, and you can see it's almost designed for a dwarf hand. The handle around the handle, the actual hilt, is made of this very fine gold, and the edges of it around the blade perk straight up like spires. The blade itself is neatly arranged with these rubies, these small red-like gems that go straight up the center of the blade. And as you grip onto it, you feel a power course within you, and as your hand grips tightly, a fire erupts around the blade and creates a flame-like aura dancing around the sword. You now have flame tongue. Velrissa, stepping forward, you see a small lantern hovering on the pedestal. As you walk towards it, you see two small ethereal hands slam against the glass of the lantern. You feel some sort of aura inside of it as you put your hand around the actual handle of it. You now have the ghost lantern.
I pick it up and
hey.
I kind of like pray to Ouija as I'm holding it and feeling its energy.
It's fucking Christmas, dude.
It's D&D Christmas.
It's D&D Christmas.
I love my sword.
I love my little wand.
Guys, can we take pictures?
Okay. All right, everybody.
Hey,
line
we're not done yet.
line
We're
up
not
around
done
the
yet,
pedestal,
gamers.
Line up.
Oh, yeah, we're so nice.
Sonnen,
The
as you
taxi.
step forward.
Someone looks down disappointed at nothing.
Sonnen, as you're stepping forward.
I got a rock.
The pedestal seems empty as you walk towards it,
Aw.
but there's a faint light glowing from it. As you step forward, you place your hands on the pedestal, and you feel a power course through the veins down both your forearms. A mirror appears from the pedestal in front of you, and you see yourself. Your left side is dark. Your skin's turned purple, and the veins are bulging out of your skin. Your eyes are a dark jet black, and your mouth is turned to a permanent crooked smile. Out from your back on this side, though, is a large black raven wing, and in your hand is a large purple dagger that's jagged-edged. Your right side, your skin is much more pale, but with sort of like a faint yellowish hue. Your eye glows a very bright white. Your hair is actually silver on this side as well, and it's a bit longer than it is on the left side. A large angel wing erupts from your back on your right side, and in your right hand, there is a large sickle, but the blade of it, as it curves around, has these sort of very holy symbols across of it, and it glows a faint white in your hand.
Woo. Fuck. Do I just grab the mirror?
You go to look at the mirror, you see yourself, and then you look down and you notice that your body has the same exact transformation. It's not just in the mirror. You look down at the weapons in your hand. You feel the power through both of them. Your mind begins bouncing back and forth. You think evil thoughts. You think about gutting somebody open and ripping their intestines out. You think about the joy of seeing the blood spill from a body. And you look to your right side and you think of the idea of helping people. Think of the idea of saving somebody, the protection, the power of knowing that you can save a life. And as you let go of the sickle, you see it's attached by a chain to your wrists. A very golden, bright, ethereal see-through chain seems to just emit out of your wrist, almost like it's a part of your body.
I don't know what to do with this, man.
You feel a power course within you, but then it fades away, and you turn back into yourself.
I was just trying to like.
I was waiting for someone to do something dumb like that before I continued. But
Yeah.
after that,
So I just.
one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. I had to stop because of the fucking slide whistle. But
Sorry.
after
No, it was perfect.
after it fades away, you hear the voices echo in the back of your mind. The sound of this demon and the voice of Catherine, speaking at the same time, speaking almost as one, saying the same exact sentence to you. You have power, but it's not something you can just use. When the time is right, when your emotions are intact and you're ready to fight, you will unlock this ability. Something inside you will spring to life.
At this point, do we all come back to reality? Because someone would like to kind of like fall down, kind of like a little bit shocked.
As
You
you
know, like-
you fall and you land, you feel your butt hit dirt, and as you all blink and look around, you're standing outside of the town in which you entered this cavern system. You're sitting in a small plain. Well, most of you are standing, some of you are now butt first in the ground. But you're sitting in this small sort of open field next to a farmhouse. The sun is shining bright, the grass is green, the trees are beautiful. You can hear the sounds of birds chirping off in the nearby forest. You're back on the surface with your newly found items.
If I look down at my chest, am I wearing a necklace?
You are.
What's it look
Oh,
like?
nice.
This necklace.
Yeah,
And
me too.
wearing around your neck, there is a silver chain that meets to a very small oval-like pendant. The pendant is very normal. It's just like a brass collar, and the gem in the center is just a very dull blue. While it doesn't look like anything extravagant or anything serious, you feel like you're now a part of something very much, something that's much bigger than you or much bigger than this is. You think to yourself what she could have meant by you are now an initiate. I want you to actually go ahead and make a history check, Taxi.
15.
You remember stories as a child about these animal lords. They are essentially these deities, these gods that watch above all of nature. There is a cat lord, a master cat, as she spoke of, that is just a humanoid deity that watches over all felines of nature. There is a lord for every kind of animal, and they basically watch over these animals, their circle of life, the way they move, the way they act, and you are basically their shepherd.
Wait, what does their shepherd mean?
You will essentially the master cat. You would not you, but if you became, for instance, is the lord of all felines, the ruler of felines. Anything from like a house cat to a goddamn saber-toothed tiger, anything that's a feline, you are the lord of it. You are the reigning ruler.
And that's what I got from my history check.
Yes.
Taxi falls onto his back.
You probably remember this because there were definitely stories of this as a child. A lot of tabaxis, especially in your the area you grew up in, your home, probably spoke a lot about this and even worshipped the cat lord.
Yeah, Taxi falls onto his back and just stares up into the sky.
At this point, someone's also gonna fall. He's gonna lay down a bit and like kind of grab at the dirt. You know, sensation he hasn't felt in a long ass time, really. As he's laying there, tears are gonna start forming in his eyes, and yeah.
I'm just gonna stand there and study this new blade.
I'm gonna look around
Look at it.
at sort of what everyone else's situation is. And maybe go over and interrogate Mountain and find out what cool ass sword he got. 'Cause that's sick.
What a Vel.
What of me?
I don't know. Are you doing anything?
I'm just there, with holding
just
my
standing there,
lantern
like,
out,
alright.
looking real cool,
Looking like a level 100 boss.
looking like a level 100 Grim Reaper.
And as all of you look around at each other, you look around the area once more, and you come to the realization you're not in the wharf anymore, and you don't feel the need to go back. Brendan was dealt with. He's at least gone. Ungaro may still be out there somewhere, but you know that you're in no place of power yet to take him on. However, you look upon yourself, you look around the land of Viecta and see the potential. The beautiful mountain ranges off in the distance in the north. You see the beautiful forests, the hills that move for miles ahead with distant farmlands. Welcome to Viecta. Welcome to the end of Arc 1.
Yay. We made it.
Sylvan's still alive.
All of you include
27 episodes.
all of you, including Hilltree, level up.
Nice.
Yes.
Wait, what did Hilltree get?
Fuck yeah.
Come on, where's his gift?
Yo.
Hilltree gets one more tumor.
Hilltree gets another
Yes.
tumor. Hilltree's tumor levels up and he dies.
I grow more powerful every day.
Oh god, it's terminal level. It's terminal level.
No. Can he get 2 more?
Yeah, he's only level 3, man. He's been through a
No,
lot.
he gets 1 level. Fuck off.
Aw, fine.
Hilltree doesn't do as much as you guys do. First of all, Hilltree fucking sits around with them and runs away. The majority of combats, except for recently, Hilltree's just fucking hid behind something.
Guys, I'm gonna fucking nut.
So with that, we're also going to end this session. So
Fuck.
thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Arc 1 was kind of a mess at the beginning, but you can't really hate on anybody here for that. Everybody's, slowly learning D&D and getting used to a new format. Even me, I had to adjust this campaign a lot for these fresh faces. But it has been a great time. It has been a lot of fun, and Arc 2 is going to be a blast.